More than 150 protesters have been arrested in California in another night of protests over racial profiling of African Americans by U.S. police. The protesters blocked the major highway, while another group forced an Amtrak train to stop. Also in Washington, demonstrators gathered in a street a few blocks from the White House and halted traffic there. Elsewhere in Brooklyn, another rally was held in protest against recent grand jury decisions not to prosecute white police officers who killed unarmed African Americans, Michael Brown and Eric Garner. Brooklyn protests led to scuffles and arrests.
I think that we've just reached a tipping point where people are pissed, and I think it's young people, and for the most part they are peaceful and they're organized in a powerful way, and I think it's very heartening to me to see it.
We try to do it through the legal channels, and the legal channels are totally stacked against us. The legal channels are fixed, so it's not broken. The system is actually fixed.
Protesters gathered outside the Barclays Center, where Britain's second in line to the throne was watching an NBA game. At the same time, some players inside wore T-shirts bearing the phrase, "I can't breathe," during the warm-ups. 4 players of the Brooklyn Nets went to the court with the T-shirts on. Those were the last words said by Eric Garner while he was in the grip of an NYPD officer.
After a tumultuous weekend between demonstrators and police officers and nationwide protests, a fresh round of demonstrations began the week as how it ended. Angry over the failed indictments of white police officers who caused the deaths of unarmed black men in Ferguson, Missouri and Staten Island, New York, demonstrators clashed with police who fired tear gas and threw smoke bombs at them in Berkeley, California. There were also reports of rioting and looting in the West Coast city. In Washington, D.C., New York, and Chicago, protests were largely peaceful. Hundreds of individuals participated in die-ins as people lay down scattered in the streets to symbolize the deaths of unarmed individuals by the hands of police.
I can't breathe. Again, we take a deep breath.
They chanted, "I can't breathe," a tribute to Eric Garner, who died in a banned chokehold by police officer Daniel Pantaleo in July. In an answer to heavy criticism, New York Police Commissioner Bill Bratton said an internal investigation into Garner's death has already begun. President Obama, who has also faced scrutiny for not being vocal enough against unlawful police conduct, tried to pacify protesters, saying that progress takes incremental steps.
Painful as these incidents are, and we can't equate what's happening now to what was happening 50 years ago. And if you talk to your parents, grandparents, uncles, they'll tell you that things are better.
Demonstrations are ongoing as the Department of Justice announces new guidelines that ban federal law enforcement from profiling on a wide range of personal differences and preferences. Despite assurances from the federal government, the desire to protest doesn't look like it will die down anytime soon. Analysts are now evaluating the effects of demonstrations on the U.S. economy during the busiest shopping season of the year. Colin Campbell, Press TV, Washington.